Welcome to day 10 of the Advent calendar. Today we're going to need a weight again for your legs, or weights, and possibly something to sit on like a book for a little bit of a stretching exercise. So we're going to start in standing with our single Romanian deadlift. So very similar to what we did yesterday, but we're just going to focus on one side than the other. So just bring your feet back into hip distance, and again stand up tall like we did yesterday. Just roll your shoulders once, up, back and down, chin back towards your throat. Transfer your weight to your left leg and just come onto the ball of your right foot. So keeping your weight close to the front of your left leg, let the weight, keeping a straight spine, draw you down to the floor. Hold that stretch and then hinge back up. So exhaling, pause, inhaling, rise. So you've got your weight into your big toe, your little toe, the center of your heel. We're finding a stretch sensation and a strengthening sensation down the back of the left leg. So feel that pull. Once again, the shape of your spine when you're in this hip hinge position, favoring the left side, is the same here as it is when you come up. And you want the weight heavy enough so that when you get to 6, 8 or 10, something like that, you feel, yes, you are ready to swap legs. So let's take the weight into the right leg and just come onto the balls of the left toes. Find that hinge and stand. Stretch, really reach your sitting bone up the wall behind you, chin towards your throat. You can have a softness in your knee. So there's nothing wrong with having your knee locked out, but you get a little bit more work if the knee is just slightly off bent. So hinging, feeling your hamstring, your glute, and then standing back up. Lovely way to strengthen the backs of the legs and provide a stretch at the same time. Let's do one more. And then you can pop your weight out of the way. Now, if you're going to sit on a block, if you're very flexible, you may not need a block. Otherwise, come and park your bottom on a block here. You're going to take your feet about the width of your mat. Could be narrow, could be slightly wider, there's no right or wrong. Tip your hips forward, and your main objective is to try and have a straight spine. If that means you have to bend your knees, that's fine. Otherwise, you can let your legs be straight. You're going to find a saw. So with a saw, you take your little finger on your right hand, you rotate your body, staying nice and tall, and reach your right little finger to your left little toe. You do 2 pulses. Inhale, stay tall, use your back rotators, your waist muscles, left little finger to right little toe. So you're feeling long and tall through the spine, really strengthening your spinal muscles, whilst you're trying to find a stretch sensation down the back of the legs that we've just worked. This backhand can stay on the floor to help you find your little toe, or you can reach the backhand up to the ceiling. Imagine someone's pulling your back arm, someone's pulling your front arm, and that's helping to create this sense of twist in the upper body. Strong legs or knees slightly bent if the hamstrings need you to just slacken them off a little bit. Okay, well done. Come off your block or your book. Keep the legs out in front of you, again slightly bent so you can tip your hips forward if the hamstrings are a little bit restrictive. Inhale, we're going to come into a full roll up. So as you exhale, if you need, find your little padded towel, little roll towel or a pillow. Try and get the back of your pelvis down before your low back and then your rib cage. Inhale. Press your low back into the mat. Strong legs. Try and peel your spine off the mat, one vertebra at a time. Inhale, arms rise, neck nice and relaxed. Exhale, strong legs. They're supporting you as you roll down. Now, if your feet lift, this is where you can put your feet on the wall, so that when you come up, your feet don't shoot off the mat. Sometimes holding a weight can help support you, like a pair of hands, just helping to guide you off the mat. But try and make the lift and lower as smooth as possible. So those are your options. Placing your feet on the wall, start with your knees slightly bent. You can put something underneath your low back, like a towel, a little folded towel, and or you can hold some weights, sometimes an elastic band around your feet. If you've got a resistance band, you can use a resistance band to help pull you up. But control the descent, slow it down. So the easier you find, some people find roll-ups really effortless. You can pause, pressing your low back down. You can pause, pressing your low back as you come into that first bit of the lift. You can add a weight close to your chest or either side. Fingertips to your sides of your head, your sort of temple area. That can make your roll up a bit more challenging. Okay, so let's come into, where are we going next? Let's do our shoulder bridge. So let's bring your heels to your bottom. Allow your arms to rest by your side and tuck your shoulder blades in. So pressing into big toe, little toe, and center of your heel. Let the hips rise into your shoulder bridge. Soften the rib cage down. Tap the back of your pelvis and then lift. So try and feel your bottom working. Your upper body's nice and relaxed. So the pressure into your feet, big toe, little toe, center of your heel. When we come up, there's a tendency to roll to your outer parts of your feet, your little toe edge. So try and keep the weight into the big toe edge. We're going to hold it here. Soften down through the rib cage. Slowly transfer the weight into your left leg. Can you let your right foot rise, leg rise into tabletop, keeping the power and the strength into that left leg. And then transfer the weight into the right leg. Slowly, slowly, slowly lift the left leg into tabletop. Do your hips tip? Does your pelvis lower? So just in your own time, keep the hips tucked under, keep the rib cage soft, transfer your weight. You can reach your fingertips to the ceiling. Inhaling and exhaling. So if you use the bottom of your peripheral vision, you can kind of tap in and see if your pelvis is tilting at all as you transfer your weight. So equal yourself up, make sure you've done the same amount on both sides. It's quite nice to tuck the hips under and roll down one vertebra at a time. Take a happy baby, a hamstring stretch, and then we're going to come over to your side, onto your side. So push the floor away, lengthen your upper body. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bring your top arm up and over. Inhale as you lower. Exhale, stretch, reach your toes, reach your fingertips. Inhale, so really lengthening through the top of the body and stretching. And then you're finding connection and strength through the underneath side. You are with this one getting a little bit more work, a little bit more range of movement into your underneath shoulder than perhaps you do with side planks. So pressing your underneath knee into the floor. Let's hold this next one. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Reach fingertips and toes away from each other. and then release back down. Let's go over to the other side. So pushing the floor away, lengthening and lifting. So make this version of your side bend, make it feel as nice as you can in your body. If you want to hold a bit longer, stretch, reach fingertips. So it's almost like you're trying to reach the toes and the fingertips to the floor, and lengthen through the top side of the body. Do a few more. Nice breath in, pushing into your underneath knee, so you are strengthening the under surface of the body, the side, right side I'm doing at the moment, and I'm stretching my left side. Let's hold and take a few breaths here. Stretch, stretch, stretch. There we go. There's the end of day 10. Well done. As always, if you want to go and repeat those exercises another 1 or 2 times, feel free to do that. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.